What is up, squad? Welcome to LoreGainz. Do we have some stuff to talk about today? Big tournaments happened this last weekend. The CCS 25K Lorcana Weekend Invitational and the Inc. Massive participation. And some of these decks are absolutely meta defining. Some of these card choices crushed some of the other decks and just changed the complete structure of these meta decks and some upcoming meta decks too. So we're going to talk about these today. Before we hop in, I want to give a big shout out to my YouTube members. Thank you guys so much for the support. Appreciate you guys so much. If you want to be a YouTube member, there's a bunch of perks that come with it, like members only live stream, members only videos, and access to my members only Discord. A lot of cool stuff. All right, let's do this. Let's hop right in. And if you're not already subbed to my channel, guys, smash that sub button, show a little love. It takes a few seconds. And in a small way, you're part of this big community. All right, guys, let's talk about this Purple Steel. Purple Steel, oh my gosh. Purple Steel is one of the most broken decks. Very strong, very powerful into this meta. And it has all the tools, just like Blurple. But this one took the crown. First and second place. We're gonna talk about second place in just a second. But Thiago XS, congratulations, man, on your first place at the CCS 25K Lorcana Weekend Invitational Qualifier 1. He is running a bunch of 1-drops, but the specialty in this deck is the Treasure Guardian. Treasure Guardian's basically a fourth, 1, 2, 3, a third draw card on turn 4 for 4 ink. Treasure Guardian is a 4 cost. Just like the Genie, just like the Dumbo, all these are going to draw cards. Plus, Treasure Guardian is inkable, and it gains you 2 lore when he quests. Now, Treasure Guardian draws. There's certain conditions that need to be met. Similar to Madrigal. Madrigal, when you play her, she has similar stats, but you draw a card if your opponent has an exerted character. But Treasure Guardian's conditions have to be met by having an illusion. So all you have to do is have either a Palace Guard, a Raja, or a Giant Cobra in play for you to draw that card. So it's going to be way easier. So drawing that one card, drawing cards, and having more resources than your opponent breaks the game, especially because it gets you closer, one step closer to either your Doc or your Giant Cobra. So you can close out some games, draw some more cards with Doc. This deck is bananas, guys. And Dumbo at 4. What do you guys think about Dumbo? Is he necessary? Is he as good as he seems? He did put in some work. He is inkable, so you can just ink him away if he doesn't fit the role during that specific game or just specific board state. But he's very expensive. He's a very expensive card. Dumbo is flying his way to the top of the price charts, guys. So I don't have any. I don't own any. I only have proxies. I only own proxies of Dumbo, but yeah, congrats, Thiago, on your amazing run. And if you didn't see it, it's on YouTube. The CCS 10K is on YouTube, 25K is on YouTube. So if you want to watch the matches, watch the games, and see how Thiago does his thing, 2-0ing in the finals. But we got to pay our respects to the second place, William C. Congrats on your second place, man. William had an amazing performance during this weekend. And same deck, guys, Purple Steel, but a little bit of flair, a little bit of spice with the Surfer Mim surfing into town on her broom, giving Challenger +1 to all of your characters. So she's kind of like a Lumiere. I'm a big fan of Lumiere because, you know, he gives strength during the whole time. But Madam Mim is what Purple's got. Madam Mim is what's going to put in the work here in this deck. She makes it so that you have very good trades. She makes the math on your whole board completely flipped upside down. It's going to throw off your opponent. It's going to put you in the driver's seat. You want to make some good trades. Say you have a Genie in play, 3/4 Genie, or a Jafar. They turn into a 4/4. They turn into 4 strength characters, which can take down a lot of very important things, especially the Genie. Also, it can help you clutch out some banishes against Elsas, and it makes your Elsas way more powerful. You have a Madam Mim in play, you play your Elsa. She's gonna come down with 3-5 instead of her 2-5. There are some characters with resist, like Calhoun, no problem. She can take out that Calhoun, no problem. They are running a very heavy anti-evasive package with the happy 1-drop, the Jafar, which can be a Smee. I personally like Smee just because he's an ally, but Jafar is pretty cool, I guess. The Genie, another Genie, and this Genie is a 3-4. It also gains evasive on your turn. Jafar, 3-2, questing for 2. I like the Jafar. He does have a few rolls. He can turn your happy into a 4-strength challenger, guys. And if you have a Madam Mim Surfer in play, your happy turns into a dream scenario, right? You have a Jafar, you play a Jafar, you give your happy, your Madam Mim gives it the boost. It's enough to take down an Elsa, oh my God, or a Rhino. Some pretty cool stuff. This deck has, I feel like this deck has a really good time into Amber Steel. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like it has a good time into Amber Steel with all those challenges, trying to get over a Tiana, no problem. Blurple, Amethyst Sapphire, guys, aka Blurple. This deck has shown to be one of the best decks in the meta, which makes sense. It has all the tools, it has the ramp, the challengers, it has the draw power, it has the massive removal in the form of Hades, Elsa, Belle, even a Mim Elephant coming into the scene. So Basil has shown to proven to be very, very good in this meta because Basil gives support to one of your characters, makes your math. There's a trend here, guys. The math gets better for you, for the player. You give your characters more strength, they can trade way, way better. Especially in the evasive battles, right, guys? Madam Mim boosts, Basil also boosts with his support ability. So the Basil can boost your Elsa. Elsa can bump up to 5 strength and take out an opposing Genie or an opposing Dumbo. Very favorable trades. And the Basil is a 1-drop, so you can play it on turn 1 or on turn 2 if you play Sail the Azurite Sea. Very good math with this deck, guys. Madam Mim Elephant. At the start of your turn, you may remove up to 2 damage counters from Madam Mim onto an opposing character. You have Mim on 4. And following turn, Elsa, banish something, challenge it with Mim Elephant. Your opponent's gonna struggle to take down that Mim Elephant. So most of the time, the following turn, your Mim Elephant's gonna hold on to that damage and redirect, move that damage to a different character. And it moves it. It doesn't deal, right? You may move up to, yes, so it doesn't deal. So you can put 2 damage, move 2 damage onto an opposing Calhoun, takes her out because resist does not apply in this situation. Baymats gains you some lore, gives you that extra reach. So you can clutch out some extra lore, heal your characters, which is massive, guys. Challenging, then healing your characters is huge. Makes your opponent not want to turn their stuff sideways. Tick-tock on the clock. So Tick-tock is an evasive 4/7, 6 cost, questing for 1. He's huge. He's huge. You slap this guy down, your opponent's gonna hang tight and not quest with their Genies. Genie's scared of crocodiles. I mean, who isn't? Is it a crocodile or is it an alligator? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below. We also have the big Elsa, this hypnotic strength into the unknown. And what is this? Second star to the right? To the right. To the right. So that second star to the right is a song, 10 cost song, which you can sing together with your boys. Draw 5 cards. Massive, massive, massive swing. Drawing 5 cards, no joke, guys. Are we gonna see what's that card that discards your opponent's hand? Bend over, bend to my will. Are we gonna see bend to my will coming back into the meta? Who knows? Well, let's jump into, let's please jump into the next deck. Top 4, Sapphire Emerald by Jeremy Bertarioni. Italian. Sounds familiar. Oh, the podcast. Yeah. Podcast. With Zan and the homies. So congrats, Jeremy, for your top 4. Blur, Baja Blast, guys. We're just using nicknames here. Because of Baja Blast, I don't want to steal thunder, but I love this deck. I've been playing this deck a lot. Also on the Donald Duck. So guys, let's talk about a few key cards here in this deck. Clarabelle, 3-drop. Not just the 1-drop. You want to maximize your chances of drawing your Clarabelle because you want to draw cards. She is your one draw engine, guys. And Donald Duck. And little Clarabelle. Kind of. She draws one. Your opponent has more cards than you. But Donald Duck is a 4 cost. You can play him on turn 3. If you ramp appropriately, you can play him on turn 3. And what does he do? At the start of your turn, each player may draw a card. So this is great because your opponent is also drawing cards. And you are drawing cards, digging deeper so you can find either your removal, your Clarabelle, and you are ramping. So you have better advantage of your ink. You can use your ink a little more affordably. Now, we are on the Basil. The Basil says whenever you ink a card, you may pay 1 to discard an opponent's card. Basil comes in clutch because not only is he using his ability, he's also a singer. He's a singer that can sing Under the Sea on turn 3. Under the Sea on turn 3. Bye-bye, aggro. Bye-bye, aggro. Nice knowing you. You thought you were going to win fast, but I removed your board even faster. So very cool stuff. Same with the Baymax. The Baymax shift can also sing that early Under the Sea and challenge into some of your opponent's characters on turn 4. You can shift onto your Basil, Clarabelle, Tipo, bigger Clarabelle, medium-sized Clarabelle. Scrooge McDuck is at 4 because coming down on 4, he challenges with 5 strength. He has 5 willpower. He can also quest for 2. Love that. The Basil, 7 cost. What a badass. Basil comes into play, bounces one of your opponent's character or one of your characters. If you want to get your Hades back into your hand, there's no Hades in here. Never mind. You're going to bounce something back to your opponent's hand, maybe even your hand if for some reason you have to or you need to. But dual purpose here, guys. Heads held high because this song dumps all of your opponent's strength by 3, down by 3. Then you can combo it off with your Under the Sea. So you do draw a lot of cards if you have Clarabelle in play. So the odds of you finding are very high, especially with that vision of the future. You play vision, you find the things you need, then you win games. It's that easy, guys. That easy, guys. I don't know where that came from. Amber Steel, top 8. Mitchell Rusk. Congrats, brother, on your top 8. I want to throw this deck in here because it was one of the only Amber Steels in top 8. And they are playing the fastest deck in the West, guys. Or in the East. I guess this is in the East Coast. The fastest deck in the East, guys. Nala at 4. Nala's a thing, guys. Nala's a thing. She's very powerful. She quests for 3. She has resist too. And if you play a penny and a lady on turn 3, or play a lady, plays a penny, your Nala turns into a resist 2. Plus, you can heal her. How insane is that? Tiana has been shown to be a threat in the meta. Tiana's crazy, guys. I get headaches. I get headaches whenever they play a Tiana. When I'm trying to play a cute deck, trying to play a fun deck, and I'm going second, they play a Tiana, and then I'm stuck like, oh, I don't have removal, so I guess I'll just scoop City here. But that's my problem, guys. That's a me problem. I'm not here to talk about problems. I'm here to praise Mitchell on his top 8. Just venting, guys. But congrats, man. Good stuff. You got the Pluto at 3, so you can protect your Tiana, some Fire the Cannon, some Sven to ready your stuff. Very fast. Very, very scary deck. Very scary deck. The top 3 decks, guys, look at that. Purple Steel, Blurple, Amber Steel, maybe Sapphire Emerald, maybe Baja is blasting its way into the meta. We'll see. Find out on next episode of the Dragon Ball Z. Top 64 Emerald Steel, Cristruno. Congrats, man. I threw this deck in here because I wanted to talk about it. I want to showcase it to you guys. So this deck looks massively annoying. Very, very powerful. Shout out to Sean P. Sean P's been on the Chromicon for a minute and doing really well for it. But Chris clutched out this top 64 with this deck, which is running the Chromicon. So the Chromicon is the MVP here in this deck because it makes your opponent think twice about challenging. Chromicon is going to return. Let's read it. During an opponent's turn, whenever one of your characters is banished, you may return chosen character to their player's hand. So this can be one of your guys or one of your opponent's guys. So you can destroy their tempo by bouncing back their stuff to the hand, or you can bring back a Doc to your hand. You can bring back a John Silver, a Gogo Tamago to use her ability again. I like Pete. I think Pete's really cool in this deck. And the way you draw cards is with Clarabelle. You have 3 Clarabelles, and you have 7 shift targets for the Clarabelle. The reason why the Clarabelle works so well is because you're pushing everything back into your opponent's hand with the Chromicon, and you're drawing the cards back with your Clarabelle. And Clarabelle can be really hard to deal with because of her 6 willpower. So if she's hanging out on the board and you're doing your thing, questing with your little guys, bouncing their stuff back, drawing cards, refueling, it's GG's. No, it's GG's from there, guys. All right, good stuff. Very good stuff. Anything else stand out here? No, looks good. All righty. Next up, Blue Steezy. This was also at CCS. Top 64, Corey Anderson. Corey Anderson. Congrats, bro. Very good stuff. I love this deck. I think this deck is really, really cool. Very powerful. We saw a similar deck at the 6K, but this one is no allies. So they're running no allies. They have the ramp, the full ramp package. They have the Pleakley, the Tipo, and the Sail. So they have 12 ways to ramp, guys, and get to their big guys like the Vincenzo, Santorini, the Hades, the Tinkerbell, the Robin Hood, or even the Jasmine. So the cool thing about Jasmine and Robin Hood is that they gain evasive on your turn. Now, you want your stuff to stick on the board, Aurora. Aurora is here to hook you up. And the cool thing about Aurora is she also quests for 2. She's a 3/5. And you can play her out on turn 4 with her ramp, or if you pleaked. So this is a cool thing about Pleakley. I think Pleakley is goated. If you know you're normal, if you didn't ramp, you miss ramp, you have Pleakley to ink, then on turn 4 you can play Aurora. But the cool thing about Pleakley is that if you ramped with your Tipo or your Sail, if you have an extra ink from Tipo or Sail, you Pleakley your Tipo or your Mulan, your Captain Hook away, then the following turn you're going to be at 6 ink. So the following turn you're going to be at 6 ink. So you can play out your Robin Hood 6 cost or your Tinkerbell on turn 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, on turn 4. So you can fight back those genies with your Robin Hood, or you can just fight the aggro back with your Tinkerbell. And then the following turn you have Hades or Vincenzo Santorini to deal some damage or remove some other annoying stuff. So awesome stuff. Congratulations on this awesome run. And I love the deck. I'm a big fan of Blue Steel. Blue Steel needs some love, guys. Now we're moving into Ink. This is first place by Asbaga. Oh no, first place deck called Asbaga. ASBG. Hey, David Saheb Jam. Congrats, man, on your first place. ASBG. Why is it AS? Amber Steel. Bullish. I don't know, guys. It's very early in the morning. I need some coffee. Cheers to you guys. I'm trying to find the acronym for it because I had no idea what this word means. Let me know down in the comments if you do know. But we're here to talk about Aurora and how amazing she is and how crazy it is to ramp into your Tiana on turn 2. It's still pretty crazy. If they can't deal with Tiana, it's pretty insane skis, guys. Or your Snow White on turn 3, or your Mulan for free. You can play your Mulan for free, and then you can play another 2 cost on turn 2. So a lot of different ways you can play this out. Jim Deere, you can play Jim Deere, and you can play a Mulan for free. Pretty cool stuff. So this deck is insane, guys. We have a Bolt. We have to protect the Bolt. We have to protect the Nala at all costs. That's why we're running a bajillion bodyguards, guys. Running the Prince, which is an 0/05. We're running the Jim Deere, the 0/4. Running the Pluto, which is a 5/5 with no damage. So these guys are all protecting your guys, and your guys are going to be questing in and finishing the game like that, guaranteed, or your money back. We're also running the Snow White that cannot be challenged, so you need to ping her some way, somehow. Hades her away, which feels terrible, but you can't challenge her. So if she's questing in for 2 every single turn, you're gonna lose very, very quickly. We're also playing I Won't Give In, which returns a character of 2 costs or less from your discard to your hand. Good targets. Doc. It's insane. Nala. You can quest for 3 again. Bunch of really cool targets. And we're also running Rapunzel's Tower. As if Pluto wasn't enough to handle. Now you have to handle a 8 willpower Pluto, 8 willpower Prince, 7 willpower Prince. And what's that? You have a character to challenge with enough strength to take out that bodyguard? Well, too bad. Here's a John Silver. You don't get to challenge anymore. GG's. GG's. Oh my gosh, this deck looks insane, guys. Hope you watch the matches, because this deck was very, very good. In second place, Blurtle like a turtle. Is there a turtle in this deck? So Doug Rice got second place at this tournament. Oh, he must have gotten cooked by that aggro. I wonder if they were first seed, because play draw does matter a lot with Amber Steel, but very fast, guys. Running the Basil, the Royal Guard, because Royal Guard can get mega buffed, especially with the Hypnotic Strength on 3 Finders Keepers. Also buffs it up to a 5 strength. You can get pretty big. They're also on the TikTok, also on the second star to the right, Into the Unknown, to ink away that. Tiana, are we running Pete? Yeah, running 2 Pete in the Amber Steel. So Pete can stop this from happening. Can stop a Into the Unknown from happening, a second star to the right. Baja Blast, it can stop Baja Blast straight in its tracks, guys. It says no more actions for you. No rampy, no searching your deck with visions, right? You're welcome, stopped. Good stuff. All right, congrats, Doug, bro. Congrats. Top 8, this is by Kurt Spies, Bayou Hams, Hamster, Amber, Steel, Frog. Okay, they got top 8, and this deck is running the full aggro package. The things that really stand out here, I guess, Sven, so you're readying your stuff, so you can go a little more questy. We're also playing the When Would My Life Begin? So this is a John Silver on legs, or John Silver in the form of a song, but you also draw a card. Chosen character cannot challenge during their next turn. Draw a card. So you can sing it with your Troubadour. You stop one of your opponent's characters, you draw a card, you slow them down, so that way next turn you can just swing in with some more lore. I like it. Awesome, very scary stuff, guys. Red Purple. This is Ruby Amethyst, guys, by Alex Coffey. Coffey. Top 16 at the Ink. And the reason why I pulled this deck in, because I thought it was really interesting. It stood out from the sea of blue purple, and it looks fun. I want to try it. I want to play this deck. It's running the Elsa that can exert your opponent's characters by exerting her. Excuse me, Elsa. All right. No quest, no challenge, no problem. I'm going to exert him anyways. Mother Gothel is bananas, guys. You have to address the Mother Gothels. If you see a Mother Gothel in play, take her out immediately. She's a huge threat. Into Blurple, not really, because they're not really challenging too much. But if you're up against like a steel deck, then Mother Gothel is going to go ham. Her ability says whenever one of your characters challenges, you may move 1 damage counter from chosen character to chosen opposing characters, gets around resist. So you move stuff around during every challenge. So the math can get pretty insane with this. And you are dealing damage to yourself with Hades. You're moving around damage with Belle. Mulan comes in with 4 damage, which can also be really clutch. Lose the Way exerts one of your opponent's characters. It's an action, 2-cost action. And if you discard a card, they can't ready at the start of the next turn. Now, a few ways to draw in this deck. The big Hades. Everybody's got a weakness, which moves 1 damage counter from each damage character you have in play to chosen opposing character. Draw 1 card for each damage counter move this way. It's going to be huge, massive swing. And they're on the Dumbo, they're on the Prince John, because Prince John takes damage whenever one of your opponent's characters is played. And lastly, the Goofy with Rush. The Goofy with Rush is a 5/5. He deals with your anything that flies, except for a Iago, because he has 6 willpower. But Hypnotic Strength takes care of him. Easy peasy, guys. All in a work day. All in a day's work. Just flip-flop that. That was fun. All right, last one, guys. Allies. Ally Gang. So I threw this in here because it's Ally Gang, and I'm a big fan of the allies. So top 16 by Cameron at Ink. They're running the Chicha. I think the Chicha is really cool because you can ramp with Bleakley, draw a card. Donald Duck, draw a card. That's it, right? Hades, your own thing. Draw a card. Why not, right? Hades, your own, I don't know. Doc, Mulan, 1-drop. Draw a card. Very cool. She also has support So Chicha supporting one of your allies while you have a Scar in play. Scar's gonna quest or challenge, do whatever you can. So that way the Scar at the end of the turn triggers his ability. Now, if you're not familiar with Scar, he says, at the end of your turn, if this character is exerted, banish one of your ally characters and draw cards equal to that ally's strength. Discard 2 cards. That's it. Doesn't matter how many you draw, you're always gonna discard 2 cards. And the other cool thing about Scar is that he gives your allies +1 strength while he's in play. Your Chicha turns into a 3/1. She quests, gives her extra 3 to, I don't know, what's the lowest? A Smee. Smee's a 2 cost. Gives it to Smee. Now your 4 strength Smee turns into a 7 strength Smee. You banish, you draw 7, discard 2, you net 5. Bananas, bonkers. The Jasmine, so you can look at the top 3 cards, add a ally to your hand. I think the Donald Duck's pretty cool in this deck, right? It gets you to your Vincenzo, it gets you to your Hades a little bit earlier, and if you ramp with Pleakley, then you're getting to that Hades on turn 5 or Vincenzo on turn 5. I personally like the Vincenzo earlier, just because he's questing for 3, he puts damage, he doesn't ramp your opponent, and Lilo, if you want to challenge your opponent's stuff, favorable trades, Lilo. I also like the Bagheera in this deck because if they're challenging into your Bagheera, challenge Bagheera, because you're only 3 willpower, easy cook. The following turn, you can play out a Tinkerbell, boom, 3 damage. Tink Swords, guys, right? Set 1 Tink Swords, that's exactly what it is. All right, very good stuff. Guys, that's it. That's it for our meta review, meta talk for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's talk. And if you haven't already, smash that sub button. And if you're interested, become a member. You want all these awesome perks, check the description down below for all the details you need. Guys, see you next time. Peace.